It really is. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, how did it go today in the Newsbeat Live Open House? A free week at the Newsbeat Live Open House is still active. Our precise daily stock levels. Nike is reporting tomorrow after the market close. Our game plan and Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. Kind of an interesting thing tonight. Just one moment. I just have to bring something up on the screen so your screen will go black. Believe me, I am still with you. Just one moment here, and I'm going to just share with you guys our agenda, and you could see it right over here. We're going to talk about this every day this week. We're going to go over how it went in the Newsbeat Live Open House, my thoughts on the trades, good, bad, and ugly, and how it pretty much is going today. So, this is how the morning started, and we're going to talk about so many things, including Nike earnings, the free week, our precise daily stock levels, game plan and Forex, and our Forex three in a row so far. So that's a nice little cushion. Again, very interesting stuff, as well as our full stock analysis. And we're going to go over all that and more. But first, I would like to say thank you to our very good friends over at the T3 Life Compliance team. Kindly pause this video and then hit play when you are done reading. Thank you so much for reading that. Let's talk about how it went today. I think that's a very important thing to talk about. So I'd like to talk about how the morning even started off. So first off, I started off with this, which is very rare. I'm like, there's nothing I like today. I'll be watching some volume names like Facebook Short, AT&T Long, and potentially others, but there's nothing I like today. So the first thing I did right was I sized down on everything with a 1 out of 10 conviction. That was the first thing I did right today. Let's just jump into the trades. Let's just go over um, the ideas that were there in the room today. Huh? That's weird. Hmm. Where did the webcam go? Oh well, we'll do the webcam later. So we're going to start off this morning with Nutanix, and what I did was I did a one and done short, which basically means you short for the break of the first 1 minute candle that breaks down, and that obviously happened right here through 4180. I went ahead and I bought some puts. It went from 4180. I shorted, or I rather bought the puts, same thing as shorting, um, similar to shorting, and the stock dropped to 41.26 in a minute. I was literally up 54 cents in 1 minute. I could have taken the money. I didn't. And then Nutanix decided to run up on me, and I ended up losing money on this idea. So the next one was Facebook. And what I did on Facebook was a little bit different. I just started legging in to a short with third positions after I felt that it really ran up like really hard. What happened was right over here, it ran up to, I think I'll show you on the 1 minute so it's easier to see. It pretty much ran up right here to 163.94. I bought a third of my position in puts when the stock fell right here to 163.80. And on the next 1 minute bar, it dropped to 163.48, followed by 163.33. So again, up a solid 50 cents. Could have exited and took the money. I didn't, and that's the truth. And then what happened in Facebook is it kept rallying higher, higher and higher and higher until I just literally said, okay, I'm giving up on this. And then I took a loss. And it's trades like that which are, pretty difficult at times, especially those trades where it's like you're up money right away. You have the ability to take money, yet you don't. Oh, and there was another trade, Amazon. So I said earlier, I shorted Amazon on a high five setup right over here through 1903.69. It blipped against me. It blipped with me rather a dollar, and then it went against me about 14 points, which sounds like a lot, but isn't that much for Amazon. Amazon then fell down. I was looking for a break in 1900, broke right here, went to 1898. Could have taken a cool 2 points on my $1,900 puts on my short. I didn't do it, and then I had to watch the stock rip against me up here. So again, on the intraday side, I was actually 0 for 3 today. What I did well was tearing down. What I didn't do well was exiting my position super early when I'm up money, because that should have been the theme in the market in hindsight of what I do on a day like today. Fair enough. So other than that, there were some decent intraday calls we made with AMD. I didn't trade it, but we called a bull flag continuation pattern in AMD right here. And you could just see we were calling AMD to go back to day highs if it broke 18 cents right here. And it broke 18 cents and it ripped through day high. So you had a very nice move there in AMD. Again, I don't trade 100% of the things, but I do trade a lot of them. That was the bad and the ugly. Well, this is the ugly. That was the bad. So you got the bad, you got the ugly. What is the good? What is the good? The good was our overnight ideas. This is where it was solid. So first overnight idea we called out in the room was right over here, where we called out low size in the weekly Tilray calls, and we paid $3.60. I paid 3.60. Some people in the room got better prices than me. And looking at Tilray again, we don't know if this is really a good idea yet, but the stock is trading at 107. After closing at 99.50, I think that's a good sign. I'm not exactly at the point yet where I'm like, oh my God, we're going to crush it. But the stock was up to 112.60, which represents a $13 move after hours. Please keep in mind, I also bought the stock when it was about 103, and it actually went 3.5 points against me before the close, before jumping up, $4 with me at the current moment of where it's trading after hours. So Tilray looks promising, and the easiest winner of my trade was this. So basically, CEI was moving here, and I basically bought it. It closed at 37 cents. I ended up paying, you could see right here at the timestamp and everything. I ended up paying here 0.364, so I paid just by the day highs, and I took 50,000 cool shares. And I took 50,000 shares. The stock jumped up to 48 cents. I posted in the room and I posted on Twitter. I went ahead and I posted this and I said, do not let me, guys and gals, don't let me stop you from selling CEI here. It's a 35% move after hours. I'll peel half. So I did exit out of half of my position, and miraculously, I'm actually up money today between with that trade alone. So down on the intraday, so far up on the overnight. I don't want to start, as they say, counting your chickens before they hatch. But again, the stock moved over 35% after hours. It actually hit 49 cents. That's just a little, that's about a 40% move in CEI. And again, that was one of our overnights. So that was at least for now, good. Again, very rare. I am fully confident that the market is going to pick up better this week. I'm 100% confident. I mean, I'm even looking over my stats and I'm like, how often have I taken? So I looked after hours. I'm like, how many times have I ever taken 3 intraday losses in a row? Even though that they were minor, because again, as I do spell out, and if you're not here by 9 a.m., I do spell out something very rare. I almost never do this. I almost say there's nothing I like today. I'll be watching some of the volume names and potentially others. I very rarely do that. And thankfully, I did that because it allowed me to reduce my commission, not, well, I guess my commissions as well, but my share size and my option size to be very small, where I actually jumped in. And again, it's hard to really say 50,000 shares of a 36-cent name, 37-cent name is a lot. It's like less than $20,000, but this one is paying off beautifully right now. And I had the opportunity to take a $6,000 gain I peeled off half. I locked in some really nice money on it, and we're going to see where it opens up tomorrow. With that being said, I was looking. Oh yeah, I was looking at my statistics, and I looked and I said, how many times this year did I lose on 3 consecutive trades? Does anyone want to guess? How many times this year, including today, have I lost on 3 intraday trades? Not 3 total intraday trades, 3 intraday trades in a row. How many times has that happened this year, including today? You guys are all close. Josh is right. It's the second time it's happened this year. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, even if I did the high five, like, what are really the odds of this happening? So what I did was I did, zero point 0.7 times zero point 0.7 times zero point 0.7, and it equals, um, is that how you do the math? Right? Zero point 0.7 times zero point 0.7 times zero point 0.7. If you're right 70% of the time, what is the odds that you, yeah, okay. So that would be that would be a third of 1%, right? That would be a third of 1%. My, oh, zero point 0.3. Ah, there we go. See? Don't drop out of schools, ladies and gentlemen. Don't drop out of school. There we go. Okay. So there would be a 2.7% chance of that happening. Is that correct? A 2.7% chance of that happening? Okay. So if I'm right 70% of the time, which I'm right well over 70% of the time, I would be wrong 2.7% of the time. So I guess when you think about it like that, mathematically, considering I traded most of the trading days this year, maybe 2 or 3 trading days I didn't trade this year, that's about mathematically correct. So again, anomalies happen. I'm owning up to it. I'm showing you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's how it rolls. I'll be much quicker tomorrow. I am fully confident that trading is going to get better this week. It's almost statistically, I don't want to say impossible, but it's phenomenally statistically improbable um, um, with that happening. So, with that being said, Nike is reporting tomorrow, and as I said, the whole talk about Nike is how is this new Colin Kaepernick thing going to affect their earnings? And I'll tell you, not at all. And the truth is, I think Nike's numbers are going to be good. That is not to suggest that the stock is gapping up. Forward earnings are going to have a very big say in Nike. I don't know how the tariffs are going to affect Nike as they do create their sneakers overseas and import them in the US for phenomenally cheap labor. Um, dare I use the word sweatshop labor? I've heard stories. Again, I've never visited these countries, and I've never visited the sweatshops in Cambodia, but I'm hearing stories how like some of these people making Nike sneakers a full day are making like $2 a day, $2 a day. So, wow, that is quite phenomenal. And again, besides for that, again, I'm not a human relationship manager here at Nike. I do think the numbers are going to be good. I do think they're on track. I think their projections are going to tell the whole story. I'm not 100%. I'm never 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure how they're going to report, or at least I'm not sure enough where I'm decided yet if I'm going to play it or not. I may or may not play it. You guys will obviously know ahead of time. So, like for example, when I bought the CEI today or the Tilray, it's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna buy 50,000 shares of Tilray. See what I did there? I'm gonna buy 50,000 shares of CEI. I'm gonna buy the 130 calls in Tilray. And what I even do is I even show good faith. I started out with one call in Tilray to see where the algos are printing, and they were printing me at $3.60, and then it gave me the chance to like help other people get an idea of where the options are. It's always nice when one person takes the hit on a very spread option. If you have an option that's like very spread between the bid and offer, always the hero will be the first one who tries to get the fill in between the bid and offer. So I hope that was useful because pretty much everyone in the room every print that I saw after that, for the most part, vast majority of them were underneath the price of where I got. So hopefully that was somewhat helpful. So again, if I do take Nike, I will disclose to you in real time how it went. Um, and I'm looking forward to trading tomorrow. The free week of the Newsbeat Live Open House continues. There is a link in the description to this video. Whether you are watching on Facebook, whether you are watching on YouTube, there is a link to the description. Go ahead and sign up. I know it says free, but I actually value your time tremendously. So it's not really free. It costs your time. You have to spend time. And I do highly suggest if you weren't here, try your best to get here. There are people talking in the room 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. I would highly suggest that you're inside the room no later than 8:59 a.m. Eastern Standard. Be here before 9 o'clock. That's when the audio starts, and it'll really help you get your footing. I mean, you don't want to be that trader like me when I was like lead by example, right? Like 19 years ago, I remember like rolling out of my ex-girlfriend's bed and like it's 9:22 and I'm like flying down the highway to get to work and I walk in the office at like 9:28 and I sit down, load up my computer, load up my software, 9:30 hits, I trade for like 5-10 minutes, I make $1,000 and then I leave and I go back to bed. The market's not like that anymore. I really don't suggest doing that and try to take your job seriously is the best thing I can say. Minimize distractions around you, be there on time, take it seriously. Eventually you'll see the results you want. Every successful trader that I've ever seen has blown up an account. I have blown up an account. I've blown up, my first trading account, $35,000. I think I knocked it down to like 6 or 5,000, which I consider blowing it up. It didn't go to $0, but I consider that blowing up an account. So I definitely blew up, an account. I feel like all first time traders blow up their first account. Like talk to any trader that's a multi-million. Like I talk to these traders who make so much more money than me. It's mind blowing. Like traders are in like the 8, 9 figure range, and these are like real big shot honchos. And I'm so humbled and honored that they come to me with the news flow that I get to share with you guys in the room. And we do give you news before the majority of Wall Street, and we will be looking for breaking news and things like that. But I will say that one of the things that they all have in common is they've all blown up an account before, which I find, I guess, yeah, share when you can't afford a share of HMNY. But yeah, every trader I have met has gone through that, and that's why I think the majority of these traders fail is because they just don't have the capital to continue the game. I think eventually, when you continue the game, I would say 99% of peep traders become successful as long as they can keep going to a certain point. I mean, you can't bleed money for 40 years and then say, oh, 41 years it took me. I'm not talking like that, but eventually it clicks in. And that's what I'm here to bring you. I will continue to bring you consistent, high probability ideas. Again, this is the second time this has happened this year. I can attest to that with my P&L. I can attest to that with my results. And 3 intraday trades in a row. Thankfully for me, the CEI, which I, loaded the boat in, is, really moved after hours. It's showing up, 9 cents from where we paid for it at the moment. I was able to sell some at 48 cents, which was a beautiful 12-cent gain. 25,000 shares. That was a nice $3,000 I locked in minus commissions. And again, very, very nice name, very big move, and very nice opportunity. Yeah, so it happens to the best of us. And, as long as you keep going, you're going to be good. I am very confident you're going to see the value of what we have to bring here. How about precise daily stock levels? How about all the precise daily stock levels for tomorrow? That is support and resistance on your Qs, spiders, IWM, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Print it out. Keep it near you. The Google level was awfully close from yesterday's level. A lot of these levels were awfully close. There was a lot of value in a lot of the levels from yesterday into today. There might be a lot of value in these levels for tomorrow. They don't always hit, but when they do, you have a good idea of where the key algorithmic levels are. Take advantage of it now. And with that being said, how about all our Forex trades? Now, Forex, ironically, I don't have my stats in front of me, but Forex, I'm actually three in a row in Forex. I'm actually three in a row in Forex. Really nice moves, nice little $30,000 retention in the past few trades. So I'm very happy about that. Again, I swing like crazy in Forex. But why don't I share with you? Um, See, there's always some shining light when you diversify where you put your money. That's what I feel. So here are my new Forex orders. These are all pending orders. They're live orders in which I put in tonight. They're buys. Here's my size. Here's the symbol. Here's the price in which I am bidding at, up to 5 decimal places out. In this case, it's 3. This is my stop loss. This is my take profit. This is a live, it looks funky like this because it's a live screenshot from my account of my pending orders. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into our full stock analysis. That's your stocks, my levels and thoughts, any names that you're watching, anything that I could break down for you. That is for Newsbeat Live members and free Newsbeat Live open house members only. Again, there's a link in the description if you wish to join us. Feel free to join us at any time. We're the largest, fastest growing trading room in the United States of America. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.